You can turn the camera around. This is me in the forest. This is the nuttery. There's three 1 acre sites on the garden, and this is the site which is kind of steeply sloping, and we've planted a load of nut trees here. Italian alder, walnut, stone pine, sweet chestnut and pecan, I think. So I just wanted to show you the kind of construction for a lot of these. This is facing south, that way, and that's the Kerry Valley, and this is the kind of prevailing wind, southwesterly wind comes in from here. So what I've done is to create a lot of dead hedges. Eventually we'll turn this into a forest garden, but for now this is going to be kind of just basically trees for the next few years. And here is an Italian alder, just a little whip that we planted this year. This is the cardboard, layer of cardboard. Take the turf off, layer of cardboard, and then bark on the top, bit of bamboo, tree guard, and then this is the dead hedge. This is like a mini dead hedge that I created with my niece and nephew, funnily enough, and it's fantastic because it's just using any old bloody rubbish. These are old bits of wood which I got from the timber yard, which are hot, yeah, they're little offcuts, and yeah, even that will provide some protection for the Italian alder. And what is good about it is that you look at this one up here, amongst all the bramble. Okay, I'll come amongst all the bramble. Then this is the by having a dead hedge here, you can see whether the tree is where the trees are. So you can cast your eye across the whole of the field, and you can see, oh yep, those are where the trees are, and you can go and make sure that the mulch is okay. And then down here, I've got an autumn olive, which is just got mulch on it. It doesn't really need a dead hedge because it's so tough. They will grow anywhere. And then here we've got a more substantial dead hedge. So it's about a metre and a half between that and the tree. I think this is a sweet chestnut that I've got planted down here. Oh blimey, where is it? Yeah, chestnut. It's a numbo seedling. That's a numbo which is grown up as a from a seed, so it's not going to go true. It's not a graft, but that's a good fruiting variety of sweet chestnut. And here you can see the dead hedge, old bits of wood and stuff which we had on the bonfire. This is a fence post I had lying around, old bits of timbers, and then bramble and all sorts of any old crap. You put it in there and that's just totally cleared up the bonfire. So yeah, you can see that nice and yeah, super simple but so handy, and I can spot where the different trees are: walnut, pecan, stone pine, stone pine, stone pine, stone pine and stone pine, Elaeagnus umbellata. Some more Italian alders, and a sweet chestnut, I think, and possibly another sweet chestnut. So what we're going to do now is going to show you the dead hedge with a stock fence. This area here, apart from being a bramble farm, is also where the coppice is. Now I used this a few years ago, and I used a load of plastic sheet mulch, and I really wish I hadn't because I've got to remove it now. But those are in the days before being really aware of the terrible effects of plastic. About 5 years ago when I first moved here. So, Ronnie, come on, come. Let me bring the dog with me. Come on. So So that's the coppice area. Come here, come on. Good boy, come on. Come on. And this is the dead hedge. Good boy. I've got to get the dog a stick. I'm expecting the delivery. There we go. You have that. Go fetch. There we go. It's Ronnie Barker. So, this is the dead hedge with the stock fence. It's an old stock fence. And then I've just got these cheap. They're brilliant. £1.67 for each of them. And I've put them into. I've put the dog hedge. I put the dead hedge next to the stock fence, and then creating a dead hedge up there. And that's a quick way of doing it. Provides extra protection because that's west. And then this is the ornamental forest garden. That's the old track leading up there. And this is the ornamental forest garden here. So whilst I'm here, I was going to show you two hedges. Come on, Ronnie, come. Oh, blimey, I better get the dog. Come here, come on, good boy. Come on, what's this? So this is the. Come here, good boy, come on. He's terrified of this garden for some reason. So, this is the hedge I put down here. This is the sheep mulch I put down here. Now, to save money, all this entire hedge, which is growing here, but you can hardly see it, is a cornice. And I've just kind of put holes in the ground and stuck cornice cuttings in. And a sheep mulch. Initially, the sheep mulch was up to here, and then there's two bits of sheep mulch, one each side, so you can reuse the sheep mulch rather than putting a hole through the sheep mulch. This year, pulled that back, put bark down, and then put in some more cuttings along this line here. So, yep, that's a cornice, cheap and cheerful cornice windbreak hedge, which runs all the way down there. And at the top, along the top here, we've got the windbreak hedge, which was planted last year, and the kind of same principle, and actually far more important here to use sheep mulch, because this is what happens. Right, there we go. So same idea, that you have two bits of plastic, sheep mulch plastic, and they side by side, and then you can pull it back. But the reason for having it is because of this. It's the bramble, and each year got to come back and cut the bramble back, because otherwise the bramble will just spread right the way across over into the forest garden. So it's a bit of maintenance, and it's kind of rooted down there as well. And then this year, probably won't be till autumn now, I'm going to take this layer up and plant ground cover plants down here, and then in a couple of years' time, I'll take the plastic up off the back one, and then reuse the plastic. What I have done, just because of time, I've actually put the cuttings into here. There goes the dog. Right, and then I just wanted to show you the evergreen. So we're going to have a wildlife pond down here, which will be clay lined, probably the end of the year. And then we've got Darwin's barberry with some very fine dock specimens as well. So Darwin's barberry is growing here. This is from Future Forests, and this is an evergreen. So the whole idea being that as it's evergreen, you're not going to get leaf fall into the pond. Okay. Oh, and then there's some sea buckthorn. I must show you the sea buckthorn. Sea buckthorn and Autumn Olive, which is doing really well. Again, I think both of these yeah, look at that go. Absolutely lovely plant. This is, oh, that's amazing. It's in flower. They're really, really good. They're just shot up. That's double the height. And I've taken loads of cuttings. Not sure if they'll survive, but see what happens. Okay, and there's a Juneberry, Amelanchier canadensis, which is just absolutely stunning as well. And there's some Viburnum, Gelder Rose, Viburnum opulus here. Which isn't doing as well, but it's still getting there. So there we go. That's a mixed windbreak hedge. So hope you enjoyed that. I've just realised that I've forgotten to do the plants for a small forest garden. So really apologies, Laura. I have written a blog post, so I'll ping that over to you if I can find your original post, and then I'd like to do a workshop on the smaller forest garden next week, an hour looking at that. Okay, I hope that was useful. Yeah, speak to you soon. Okay. Oh, it is Laura, who I thought it was. Good. I'll send you a link, and I shall see everybody next Wednesday, 10 o'clock. See you then for the smaller forest garden. Okay, cheers, bye.